Hello, I'm Janelle, and I live in a van, the one behind this RV, with my pet snake, Alfredo. By the time I post this video, it's probably going to be Halloween, and my original idea for a Halloween video was to drive around in my van and pass out candy, but that's probably frowned upon. So instead, I'm going to be giving you guys a tour. I'm really excited to share this unique RV with you guys, and it needs a lot of work, and I'm excited to show you guys what it looks like before I completely demolish it and remodel it. So this is a 1991 Toyota Hi-Ace camper. It is such a unique vehicle, and I'm so stoked that this is going to be my future home. So I'm just going to do a really quick tour of the exterior and the interior as it is, and then I want to share some of my ideas and plans for how I want to convert it. And if you guys have any input that you'd like to share, just leave them in the comments down below. I read all of my comments, every single friggin' one. So I would really appreciate some feedback or just any like cool ideas that you guys have in terms of like interior design and renovation. I don't know if you guys can see this, but the front wheels are bigger than the rear wheels. I don't know why, but I do want to square those off and then get new wheels and all-terrain tires just because those are kind of worn. In addition to that, I also want to do a dually in the back just to compensate for the weight that's going to be on the interior when I start building it out. Something that I also want to add is like a stronger front bumper that comes out a little bit, or a bull bar, just because this is so short that if I was in a head-on collision, I'm literally right there. So that doesn't seem very safe. The front of my van is pretty short as well, but I have a little bit of something. This is literally nothing because the engine is actually under the passenger seat. In addition to upgrading the front bumper, I want to upgrade the rear bumper because it's made out of fiberglass. I actually backed into a tractor and cracked the fiberglass, and I just feel like my van has been through a lot. It has a whole bunch of dings and stuff. Some I did, some the previous owner did. This thing's a tank. This thing is just a fiberglass box, so it does need a little bit of extra protection. I want to replace this fiberglass bumper and get an aluminum one, or just something that is stronger. And then I think the last exterior, whoa, whew. I think the last exterior upgrade that I want to do is to add a different roof rack to the top. I just want it to come out all the way to the end, and I want something that I can mount my solar panels to and a couple storage boxes as well. Actually, I lied. I think the last exterior upgrade that I want to do is to repaint it. I mean, it's like this cool gray color, but it's just not me. I have a color in mind, and that will be a surprise at the very end of the build series. Okay, now we're gonna enter the front part of the RV. This RV was imported from Japan, and that is why it is right-hand drive. I don't mind the right-hand drive at all. I actually kind of like it. It makes parallel parking so much easier. The only thing that's really difficult about driving this RV is because it's so tall and because it's fiberglass, it's very light, it really catches the wind. So when I'm driving, I feel like I'm being blown away. Driver's seat, and then we have a two-person passenger seat, which is pretty sick because in my van I only have room for one extra person, which is fine because I usually travel alone anyway, but this is cool if I decide to have extra guests. And underneath this passenger seat is the engine, and it's a very small engine, and that is why this thing goes like 2 miles per hour. I'm a pretty patient driver, so I don't mind it, but it's not about how fast you get to the destination. It's about the journey. I do plan on doing an engine upgrade. That will probably be the first thing that I do because it is kind of painfully slow to drive this thing. So we're gonna upgrade it to a 1KZ Toyota diesel turbo engine. I think that's right. Okay. Ta-da! So take a step here. So before we get into it, I just want to say really quickly that I'm going to be stripping this thing bare, like down to the fiberglass. I want to re-insulate it and really build it from top to bottom myself. This RV is 29 years old, it's very dated, and it's just not my style, but it has so much potential. So right when you step in, you are immediately faced with the bathroom. It is kind of gross in here, to be honest. So toilet's here. I think that's a little like cassette toilet in Japanese. And then In here, we have the little shower head that is on a hose, which I really like because it's a little tight in here, but I can take outdoor showers because it's literally right there. Okay, so as you walk out from the bathroom, you're faced with the kitchen. Also, this is a hot water heater. One, I don't like how close it is to the bathroom. And then two, it's just too small. And it's just kind of poorly designed. Who did that? Anyway, so we have a little 2-burner stove under here, and then fridge, some storage outlets, vent, more storage, tiny sink. This is the only place in the van that I can stand up and have headroom. I cannot stand up anywhere in here because of this lifted floor. There is storage under here and kind of just like the plumbing and electrical that they're trying to hide, but I just think it's very unnecessary. I would much rather be able to stand up than to have underneath storage. So as you walk in here where I can't stand up, this is probably the height of my van. This and this, they like merge together to be a bed. I really don't need that. I think it takes up an obnoxious amount of space. I don't need a desk this big. And I have, behind these dusty curtains, I have a pretty big freaking bed. Okay, so this is the bed, and this is probably my favorite part of the RV. It just comes out like this. It's a king-size bed. I have so much room. I really like that the bed is over the cab because it gives me so much more floor space to work with, to do my bathroom and to do my kitchen. The bed is really the bulk of most van builds, and it's the bulk of my build. So the fact that this is over the cab just opens up so much more space, and I just love this window. Actually, I lied. The bed is one of my favorite parts, but this is my favorite part. So this is a pop-up tent like the Westfalias, but it's only over the bed, and without flashing you, I'll show you guys how it opens. It opens like pretty high. I love this little pop-up tent. Like I can just open it and stare at the stars, and it opens up so much space. Hot summer nights, it just has so much potential. So it needs new canvas because it ripped, and new gas pistons. You can also use this as exercise equipment because this is like a pretty good workout. 1, 2, 3, 106, 107. Oh God. Okay, hi. So I have a king-size bed with a nice view in a pop-up tent, and I can just imagine, you know, cuddling and watching movies, eating popcorn, talking about our feelings. I'm getting a dog. Maybe 2. Alfredo doesn't like to talk about his feelings. That's pretty much it. I know this isn't like an in-depth tour like my van tour, but I just want to do an extended tour when I convert it and remodel it. I think I'll have more fun with that. Now it's just kind of gross in here, to be honest. And here are just a couple quick things that I missed. So there are big windows on both sides with screens. And then here, this is just storage. And then this thing is what holds up the bed. There's another lip right here that holds up the bed as well. And then there's curtains freaking everywhere. I don't need these many curtains. Now that you've already seen the RV in its original state, I'm just gonna share a couple of my ideas and kind of the blueprint and vision that I have for this RV. So where this tiny kitchen is, I want this to be where my closet is, all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. I have a lot of clothes. So I think this would be a perfect place to have my closet, especially since the bathroom and my shower is right here. I can just shower and then get ready and then get out into the world. I like where the bathroom is. I just think it's a little small, and of course we're going to like retile this and like make it pretty. I like this shower hose. I mean, not this one specifically, but I like the idea of having a shower hose that's long so that I can just take outdoor showers if I want to. And What I'm thinking is I want to extend the wall just a little bit, just like right where the window is. So that will give me about an extra foot. I want to knock this floor down so that everything is level and then put vinyl floor over that. I want to swap this grotesque upholstery with wood paneling. I kind of want to do like a white wood paneling. It'll just open up the space and it'll be less gross than this stuff. Where this like futon desk setup thing is, I want this side to be my kitchen. I might keep the bed stationary and maybe just build a whole new system, but I do like where the bed is. I'm thinking on this side, I just want to have like a long bench. Maybe we'll turn it into a futon depending on how much space I have left from the kitchen. But I just need something to store all my batteries and electrical stuff. I forgot to mention that I want to add a backup camera. I've been able to function fine in my van without one, but the fact that I already backed into a tractor kind of worries me. So we'll install a backup camera as well. So I think that is everything. Honestly, guys, when I sit in this RV, I get a little bit anxious. It's a lot of work. So I'm excited to bring you guys on this journey, and I hope you guys think that this thing has as much potential as I do. She needs help, and she just needs a little makeover, you know? I'm not gonna start working on this until like January. I think 2 months is enough time for me to really sit down and draw and blueprint and take measurements and stuff like that. I am a measure once, cut twice, figure it out type of girl. And with this RV, I really just want to be articulate and really take my time to do it right the first time. I'm not really in a rush to build it out. I'm happy in my blue van, but I am excited to start a new journey with this RV. I think I'm gonna stop talking now. Toodles.